too long ago.
Hello and welcome to the Mack Brothers podcast. I'm Matthew. That's John. John, how are you this week?
I'm good. I'm John.
So we're coming at you with this is a lazy Monday edition, which means we're just gonna kind of stop this whenever we want. You know why we're gonna stop this? My car, my right passenger side window of my car stopped working, and I needed an oil change. So I'm gonna get a phone call, and then I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, same.
John had the same exact problem happen. Yeah, he did. So, John, what's new with you this week?
Oh, just, I bought this microphone for the podcast so you guys can hear me better. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No.
Better?
No, actually, you sound worse. You sound way worse. That's a shitty ass microphone you bought there, friend.
It's a Sennheiser E945.
Here's the thing.
I bought it on Wish.
This is a perfect segue into the sponsor of this week's podcast, Santa Claus.
Woo!
He's clearly always watching, John. Always.
Yep.
I still have a Christmas tree up in my apartment.
I keep a Santa wherever I go.
You have to. Actually, every
gotta-
Santa decoration is actually just an extension of Santa himself. That's why he's always watching.
I got a Santa in the car, in the trunk. I'll pop the trunk, bring out that Santa.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you and Rick Ross ever got into an argument or a fight, you would definitely win because Santa would totally beat a chopper.
Yeah, I got Santa by my side everywhere I go.
So I hate to inform everyone, but my Kanye West kick is winded down. I want to tell you, John, let's play. This will be fun. What's the most recent song you liked on Spotify?
Ooh.
The last one you liked. No matter what it is, just whatever the last one.
I think it's called Love on the Brain or Love on My Mind by a guy named Jim Ford.
Oh, I was thinking Rihanna. Must be
No.
on the brain.
That's not a bad song.
Yeah, one thing that's good. Oh, it's Cat. That's a cat.
I got Cat.
Oh, Cat. My most recent song, "Drive" by the Cars. I'm kind of on a Cars kick. So like the last
Why
couple.
is that? We knew that we liked that song when we were like 11.
Yeah, but I just said, what's the most recent song you liked on Spotify, jerk off?
Yeah, I'm saying, what's up your song to like it?
I don't know. I probably liked it somewhere else before, but now I liked it on Spotify. So this is Cat eating behind my head.
That's very smooth.
Yeah, it sure was. Let me go immersive. Let me see what happens if, let's see. Now all I hear is him eating behind my head. Oh wow, what a lovely kitchen we find ourselves in now.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. I don't know when I'm gonna get called away, so I want to get into something real quick. It's our album of the week. We actually had conflicting ones, so now we have our albums for the next 2 weeks. So John, what's our album of the week?
So on March 9th, 1987, one of the best albums of all time was released, Joshua Tree by U2. From start to finish, it's an absolute fucking banger. Every song's excellent. I think I know the set list off the top of my head.
I think I do too. Let's go into this. Let's not look anything up. Let's see how much we can do off memory.
So one's real easy.
Where the Streets Have No Name.
One of the best guitar songs of all time. It's not even. It's like on a different level. It's pretty. It's super impressive when you realize how much went into recording that song.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Matthew, if you want to dive into it, because I don't understand the guitar lingo.
Yeah, I would love to dive into it. So here's the thing. The song opens obviously with one of the greatest guitar, lines, riffs of all time. So I actually tried to learn this song. Like, it was one of the first songs I tried to learn, like, first, like, 3 to 6 months of playing guitar. And I didn't know what a delay pedal was yet. So I was like, how the hell is he playing this? And then I learned about what a delay pedal was. So it's really just him playing simple notes on the delay pedal and just finding the right pattern and the right setting on the pedal. And I think actually there's a time signature change when the drums come in, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, there is. There's a time signature change because the intro is in a different time signature, and then when the drums and bass come in, they transition into another. So like when they go din, 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 that's when the time signature change happens. Now, it really shows the importance of Daniel Lanois and Brian Eno, because there's a beautiful keys playing in the background of this, and it sets the tone for the whole album, because the whole album is really supposed to take you to the middle of America, the Great Plains, flat country, that type of deal, and it really brings you there. Their whole goal with this album was, how can we make our music? How could you listen to this album and be transported to a location? Like, how can we make this album sound the way this location makes us looks and feels? Mm. So right away, and the song has a great message too. Bono was visiting a city in Africa or something, where depending on what street name you lived on was depending on basically how you'd end up in life, what class you were in, what race you were all divided by different street names. So he just had an idea, like, I just want to live where the streets have no names. And then he wrote the song based on that. And he actually doesn't like the lyric. He thinks the song's unfinished. That
blows me away.
Yeah.
That he doesn't think the song is complete.
No.
That's crazy. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, I could imagine. Yeah. I can imagine, but like, I don't know. That song is just unreal. I mean, live, it's one of the best live songs of all time. It might be the best live song of all time.
It truly is an astounding song.
All right, number 2, because we don't know how much time we have left.
Yeah.
Still haven't found Looking For It. Talk about a fucking classic song. I mean,
yeah.
The first 3 songs on this album are just
nuts.
I mean, you can't even.
I think they're all number 1 hits too.
I think I would have spaced them out on the record.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, the rest of the record's excellent, but it's so top heavy.
Yeah, it really is. But I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
But I mean, it is what it is. Like, we listened to the album so many times, you can't imagine it being another way.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to put next? Trip Through Your Wires? Like,
that's true. Well, the way I like to make records, or like the way I think I like to make records, I probably have like Exit number 1. I don't know if I have Exit.
Do it. Well, all right. Well, let's talk about I Still Haven't Found Looking For. We'll get to Exit and Trip Through Your Wires.
All right. So
fantastic song.
I mean, one of the best lyrics of all time. It could mean anything, and it means a lot to everybody to listen to it.
I think you could boil it down to, as a human, I mean, unless you have some disorders or legit mental health issues, you're always searching for the next thing.
Yeah.
And this is the best song about that.
Yeah.
So that's it doesn't get much better than that.
Number 3, one of my probably my 3rd favorite song or 2nd favorite song of all time.
With or Without You. Awesome song.
Unbelievable.
Such a simple song too.
You're super simple. It's only 4 chords, the whole song.
This song started the whole entire Christian rock genre.
Yeah. And there's a million songs like it, but none are even as close. It's
very innovative guitar work.
The guitar work, he invented a guitar setting for it.
Well, he designed a guitar with another guitar, with a guitar maker for it. but he originally recorded it using an EBow, which is an electronic bow to have an infinite sustain on a guitar, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But then they invented an EBow guitar.
Just there's not even words. The first time I ever heard it, I was on my way back home. Mommy was driving me home she picked me up from detention. I mean, not detention, from summer school.
Okay.
And we were on our way back home, and it was like
At
1
Bonner?
p.m. It was like Bonner. I'm almost 100% sure it was 1:06 p.m. and we were in deep Southwest Philly, heading back home, and
Came on the radio.
I heard on the radio. I heard it about a minute in, and I went, "What the fuck is it?" And I was maybe 14 or I was 15, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me! What is this song?"
And that's all you talked about after that happened, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't like the emotion. It wasn't like even the vocal. Like back then, I didn't even know how to play an instrument, but like I knew what I was hearing was different than anything else I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And
you know what I was listening to at the same time? On my Zune, I was listening to Viva La Vida because it just came out.
Oh, yeah.
Summer 2008,
yeah,
summer 2008. Summer 2008. Yeah, I was listening to that album. Talk about two great albums to have. With
or Without You, number 3. It's just one of the best songs of all time. Number 4, another one of the best songs of all time. It's kind of crazy. Bullet the Blue Sky.
Awesome song. So they start out with that cool ass John Bonham influenced guitar drum beat. You can't ever really beat. I really feel like this song captures the horror of war almost better than any song, because there is an element of the song that's actually a little scary, and I attribute that to just like the Edge and Brian. It's just so much talent worked on this album. People that don't know, for the 7 people that listen to this podcast, Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois, the other artists they work with, are monumental. And when they started working with U2, everyone was like, "What the fuck are they doing working with U2?" Because all they had was like Sunday Bloody Sunday and New Year's Day. It wasn't really like no one thought U2 could do albums the way they did, like by '87. So when they come out with the first 4 songs on this album, it was really different from everything else going on at the time. You had hair metal going. You had like, stupid ass Motley Crue strutting around, and all that dumb shit, and Poison. And then you have U2 come out with this album, and it's like, what the fuck? And Bullet the Blue Sky was a really, really great example of them having their own style in rock music.
How dare you call Poison stupid?
I'm sorry. I did enjoy all the Bret Michaels reality TV shows. Rock of Love.
Yeah. Yep. What a cowboy.
Yeah. Listen, man. Hot chicks. Blonde hair. Big tits. That's it, man.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, man. I love it. Yeah, go listen to Bullet the Blue Sky, and it's actually kind of fitting with all the war shit that's going on.
Awesome guitar solo. Really cool little speak part.
Spoken word, yeah.
Spoken word part. Speak part.
John said to me the other day, I don't know if John's like Metro or if he's a caveman, because he said to me the other day, I just let my barber. Shout out to whoever John's barber is. I just let my barber
clean cuts.
I just let Mark the clean cuts take care of the beard now. I don't touch it. And I was like, that's some caveman. That's some bougie caveman shit to do. And then he said, "Yo, I was trimming my nose hairs, and I breathe in, and now it hurts my throat." And I'm like,
it was too cold.
Yeah, I'm like, what? It's 2 different Johns. It's crazy. But yeah, Bullet the Blue Sky is a great song.
At number 5, one of the best songs of all time, Running the Standstill.
Oh, great song.
I just did a cover of this, Matthew.
Yeah, but your cover was probably like the Daft Punk version.
Yeah, it's definitely like sped up and different. But I just did it because I was bored.
Great
Yeah.
song about opioid addiction. There's a line, I see
Unreal.
7 towers, but I only see one way out, because Bono could usually see 7 towers, which was subsidized housing in Ireland, and that's where a lot of the drug addicts, would live. So he saw 7 towers, but he only saw one way out.
Mm.
So drug addiction. There is a lot of this album's sad, because U2 is like super super serious at the time. Especially their image was like the most serious image, and this song is like kind of fits that perfectly. But you'll see after that they really took a whole different turn, which the albums they put out after will probably show up on some of our great albums.
So I think they have the best group of work of anyone ever, like longevity wise and all that. But they're besides the like from like when they first came out to like 91, they were laughably serious.
Oh, I know. They were so serious, and they knew it too. They knew it. Like they
like Adam Clayton the whole time was like, "This is kind of silly."
Yeah. Well, he was busy. He was the only one who was an actual rock star.
He was the
hammered
only one
every night, dating Naomi Campbell and all this crazy shit. He was nuts. He was naked on the Octung Baby album cover.
Noel Gallagher, one of our idols, said there's only 2 people that can drink him under the table, and it's Morrissey from the Smiths, if you don't know, and Bono. So Bono does have like an edge to him.
How you doing? Listen to Running to Stand Still.
All right, this is where the album gets a little fuzzy for me. It's great, but I forget. I mixed up the order.
What's next? Trip Through Your Wires? What's number 6?
I think it's no. It's Eric Cheminsky's favorite song. It's not Running to Stand Still. I'm hanging on, you're all that's left to hold on to.
Yeah, Red Hill Mining Town.
Red Hill Mining Town.
Yeah. Awesome song. This song was supposed to be a single, and they scrapped it because I think they thought 6 singles was too much.
No. Bono couldn't sing it live. He couldn't sing it in that key live.
Yeah, it's very high.
They didn't want to release it as a single. It's one of the best vocal performances he's ever done.
Towards the end, when he hits the love slowly ripped away.
Yeah, it's the
really
let's go down on Red Hill Town or whatever he says. Let's go out on Red Hill Town.
Mm-hmm.
That scream that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean? It's a great song.
We've seen that live. We've seen that live on the Joshua Tree tour. They put it like a step and a half down. Yeah,
they did. But still, respect.
Still really good.
Next song.
Now it's
a throwaway. No, it's not. Not really a throwaway, but a really fun song. The album finally has some fun to it. In God's Country.
Oh yeah.
Very fast, like super, like great live song. They used to do the song live on the Josh Ritchie tour all the time. Really fun song. And this song is just about them driving through America on the first parts of their career. Sleep comes like a drug in God's country.
I don't equate this to middle America, even though I've never been there. I think of like Australia and New Zealand when I hear this song.
I do.
Which is probably similar. It's all dust. It's all dust. It's all
dust anyway, yeah.
It's all sand.
That's how I feel too. And we got another song right after that, Trip Through Your Wires. I don't listen to this song, but this is the first song that they played out of any song on the album. They played it on a random show in Ireland in like 86. And they look like they were homeless when they were playing it. And I kind of respect that. That like everyone's like, what's U2 doing after The Unforgettable Fire? And they play this fucking song. And everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
What the hell is this song?
It's definitely like their bluesiest on the album.
All right, we have 3. Go ahead.
If you heard that in a bar by like just some band, you'd be like, this is the best song I've ever heard.
It's a fun
Like,
song for sure.
if-
I understand why they put it on the album. It was either this song they were going to put on the album or Heartland. So I'm glad. I'm kind of glad for the album's sake they put this on there. But Heartland, I feel, is a better song.
Well, is that the only two choices, or did they have the rest of Rattle and Hum written?
I don't know if they had the rest of Rattle and Hum written, but that's what I read in the YouTube book, YouTube by U2, that they were going to put Heartland in, but they thought that Heartland was like just a little too. Either they weren't happy with one part of it, or they thought Heartland was just a little too like it would have made the album a little too down. So they wanted to put Trip Through Your Wires because it was kind of a fun song.
I would have personally chose God Part 2.
Moving right along, I don't think that was done yet. Moving right along. Next song on the album, One Tree Hill. This song is dedicated to one of their crew members that passed away. I don't know if they wrote it with him in mind, but it's a really good song. It kind of, I feel like this song and Red Hill Mining Town are kind of like cut from the same cloth.
Excellent. Yeah, another like excellent vocal performance at the end when he's singing Raining or whatever he says.
And cool, really cool, weird sounds in the beginning, like the boop,
yeah. Wow. Like slide
great
guitar.
stuff. Really great stuff. People don't really listen to music. They just kind of experience. They just kind of hear it. People don't really listen to music. They take things at face value because it sounds great, but you got to pay attention to certain elements of songs and really trying to pay attention and listen for. That's where the creativity is. Of all the other people. I mean, obviously you can listen to the vocals and guitars and go, oh, they're both of them are great. You got to listen to the other stuff too.
Yeah, that song kind of like has a real nice. Once it like starts, it just has like a really nice airy glide through the whole song.
I love the after the first chorus, you have that musical break that goes on for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And he comes in with the I don't believe in something in roses.
I don't believe anything. Yeah.
Next song, John. This one's all you. Exit.
So this is one of my fucking favorite songs. I know it's not their. I know it's probably not top 8 on the album, but it's mixed so fucking low, and that's like
it's a jam.
That's the only thing that really annoys me is how low it's mixed. But God, it's so fucking cool, and it's so evil sounding. It's probably their most evil sounding song, or at least
great song
at up to this point in their career, because they got some weird 90s shit that kind of makes you feel uncomfortable in a good way, like in a creative way. But what a dark. So I one time screamed this at Mack and Shunk, very drunk in the middle of the block. I stood in the middle of the block and I sang this whole song, and people were upset. My friends were laughing, and a couple of them were singing because I got everyone into U2, but a lot of the people were screaming at me to shut up, and then we left after the song ended. Because then once the end part built up, that solo at the end, I was jumping around in the middle of the street.
So Exit, yeah, go listen to that song. It's one of the only U2 songs that just came from a jam, and they kind of just left it like that. They didn't really do music like that until No Line on the Horizon. So it took them 22 years to put out another song that was predominantly a jam.
Another excellent album.
So yeah, go listen to both of those albums. I don't know if we'll talk about No Line on the Horizon. Maybe if this podcast we run out of albums 4 years from now. But
I like No Line on the Horizon. I think I like No Line on the Horizon better than maybe what's that album? The one right before it with Vertigo on it. How Did This Man on Atomic Bomb?
See,
I think I like that better.
John, there's some songs on there that you could say are like the greatest songs ever written. So it's tough.
Yeah, but then there's 4 or 5 that I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're going as an album, but they even knew that because in U2 by U2, they said their biggest fear of that album is the sum is not as good as the whole. So like if you listen to like Miracle Drug, or you listen to Sometimes You Can't Make It on Your Own, those songs are like, whoa. But if you listen to the whole album, you're like, you know. But then
like there's great
deep,
table.
There are great deep cuts though. Like Yahweh is a great song. A Man and a Woman's an amazing song. They needed more of those songs on there. But yeah, Crumbs from Your Table.
Closer to Knowing's excellent.
Oh yeah, Noel Gallagher influence. All right. So moving right along, last song on the album. Probably the best way you can close this kind of album. Mothers of the Disappeared. This is another song. It's a very depressing song, but the music in it is striking and powerful. It's probably one of the best. It's probably one of the best songs about the price of war. There's a lot going on right now. So it's probably one of the best. We're just going to go right through it. It's probably one of the best songs about the price of war. So as I'm laughing, I'm going to say the song's about the Civil War in Sarajevo, and they came and they kidnapped a bunch of people. The moms were upset. So that's what the song's about.
Mothers of the Disappeared. Does it make sense?
There you go.
Excellent song, though.
The beginning, you hear what sounds like weird bass. That's actually highly processed drums that were done by Flood. So listen to that song because it's one of the first songs to feature the types of instruments that were used, earlier forms of sampling and stuff like that. So listen to that song too from a music history perspective too. It's great. Great way to close the album. Striking and beautiful song. But
a lot of important work was done on that album for technical advances as well in music.
Yeah, they really did a lot of
experiment
that rock bands at the time weren't doing. Like I said, everything was Pretty Boy Image, hair metal, and they did that, and they were the exact opposite. They looked up basically like they just lived in the middle of the desert for 2 years.
Yeah, I don't think you can make a groundbreaking album without trying something new.
I agree,
and they really killed it. And they did that a couple times.
Maybe we'll cover the album that they put out after this, the Off Tongue Baby.
Rattle and Hum?
Yeah, oh yeah, Rattle and Hum. Rattle and Hum had 9 originals. If you take off all the other shit, Rattle and Hum's a great album.
So, but somebody original
hey, I'm never listening to Hawk Moon 269.
Hawk Moon, I need your love.
Although that ended a really famous music executive who used to do music. I forget his damn name, but he sat in with them on the sessions, and they call it Hawk Moon 269 because they did 269 tapes, and they wore out the tape reel. They had to get another tape reel. So it's crazy.
Hey, we have a single out, Matthew.
Are you talking about Cup of Coffee?
We have a song called Cup of Coffee.
Oh, my God.
B-side All My Heart on there. You should go check it out. Link will be in the description below. And it will also be in your ears as soon as you click on it.
Absolutely. Well, everyone, we're going to wrap it up because I think I have to go get my vehicle. Thank you for listening. Remember, Santa is the sponsor of this podcast. Go listen to
Coffee,
the Joshua Tree, and then before you listen to that, listen to Cup of Coffee because it'll wake you up, and then you could go listen to the Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Have a great night.
Be safe out there. Bye-bye.
Bye.